Test. There it is. I'll just right. Hold on. Right. Test. Test. Hello there, Fergal. How's it going? Hello, Speak Your Brains, Michael Sheridan, Kieran Smith. It's good to be back. Hello, Vian. Hold on a wee second. Hello, the Running Man. Hello, Ben. Hello, Vian. Hello, James. It's good to be back. It's good to be back. How's it going, Cheers? Cheers there for Counter-Strike. I play Counter-Strike. That's one of the reasons why I've not been on here for a while. I've been playing a lot of Counter-Strike. Bailey Tim says, hello, Limmy, seen you in the town today. Whereabouts? Hello everybody, it's good to be back on the webcam. It's good to be back. Good to be back, good seeing your names. If you want to, if there's anything you want me to chat about or anything, just, what do you call it? What's this? If there's anything you want me to... There's Dan tuning in for Rio. If there's... you had a bag humping it up for the four corners, didn't want to bother you. You had a bag, Bailey Tim was saying, you had a bag humping it up from the four corners. What can that mean? Humping it up for lifting it up, humping it up for the four corners. That would suggest I was sort of 1, 2, 3, 4, bringing the corners in like a wee kind of picnic. Handkerchief sort of thing, which I wasn't doing. I don't do that, so what could you mean there? Anyway, what would you like to talk about? I'm up for chatting about anything, obviously. Daniel Townsend says Piers Morgan, Slayton Miller. I'm not interested in Piers Morgan. I'm not interested in any of these people. There you are. These people are leeches. people like Piers Morgan, Katie Hopkins, all that. The leeches. They need you, they need me, they need us. They don't put anything in, they only take out. So do they. So let's not talk about them. I used to be like that myself. I used to be, prove this is live, says Conaghy. There you go, just did it. Milky Way, I'm going to be playing Counter-Strike a wee bit later. I thought I'd come on here for all time's sake and have a wee chit chat. In fact, hold on, I just need to tell people I don't really like on my Facebook page. I think they're scum, but I don't really think they're scum. There's something about abuse on Facebook. I don't like calling it abuse. That's a kind of faddish sort of word to use, just for somebody calling you a fucking prick. And it actually belittles and trivialises actual abuse. That's what I think. People get called a wank, they say they've just been abused. I mean, you wouldn't say that if you're out in a motor and somebody goes like, "Oh, what you fucking doing, you fucking..." I was just abused in the street. Oh my god, what happened? Somebody called me a wank. It trivialises actual, real stuff. Anyway, what was there? There's quite a few people on Facebook that go like that. Sometimes call me names or whatever. Obviously I don't mind, I'm a grown man. But there's something about Facebook. It's as if when somebody, just by somebody making a comment who likes my stuff on Facebook, it then sort of notifies all their pals. Thingy has left a comment on Limmy's Facebook page, and they go, "Ah, fucking prick. I think I'll click that link and go off and let them know that I don't like them." And I really don't mind in terms of my feelings. It's just a pain in the arse. It just takes up fucking space, and so I don't really like to post things there that much because there's a fucking point. You'll notice Brandon Grady says Limmy doesn't appreciate his fans. Come on! Brandon Grady says Limmy doesn't appreciate his fans. Come on! Come on! I appreciated my fans before I had any fans. I appreciated... The only reason why I came out the fucking womb is because... was to meet the fans. Was to create a fan base and then to appreciate them. I'm eating porridge. I'm like a stereotypical Scot eating porridge at 20 to 10 at night. I mean, that's my Friday night. It's porridge. Oh yeah. How's that for a tasty treat? And it's made with my special method. Here's how I make porridge. I put the porridge oats in the bowl, put boiling water fae the kettle on the porridge. In fact, before I do that, I put salt in it. Then I poured boiling water fae the kettle onto the porridge oats, and I stir it just enough that it all kind of goes together, almost like dough. And then I pat it all down so it's nice and flat. I put milk in it. You bastard! I'm not joking. I really did fucking... It's alright, we're alright. Fucking hell, man. I'm not joking. am I going to do? I've not got a fucking cloth. Hold on. Hold on. Right, I'm back. I spilled my porridge, but it's alright, it's all kind of lumpy and thought I heard something. I wiped up, I didn't have a cloth there, so I wiped up the porridge and the milk. I just took my sock off and I just wiped it with that, and I put the sock back on. No, I didn't. I chucked the sock down there, and I've got to remember to fucking take that sock away, because if Lynn comes in, my girlfriend comes in later, I've went to bed, and she comes, because she's away out, that's why I'm on this, and she finds that sock all fucking soggy next to the computer, you know what she's going to think? And then she'll pick it up, have a look at it, expecting cum, and she'll see this sort of milky porridge thing, and she'll wonder, she'll start being all nice to me because she'll think I'm fucking dying. Some kind of mad disease, your cum sort of fucking hardens. Right, my audio isn't working. What? Limmy, your audio isn't working, is that true? Is Conaghy a time waster? I don't like time wasters. I don't like people who say that things aren't working when... Because that holds up fucking serious time. Don't make me give a timeout. I want this to be a timeout free intro to me coming back on the webcam. Right, so what can we talk about now? What can we talk about? Yep, it's fine, see? There you go, that guy's just taking up all this time, people saying it's fine. That's the thing with people. Hold on, let me go back. I just need to lead by example here. No, I won't block, but just... So right now my left foot is cold and my right foot isn't. Somebody mentioned Jim Murphy. See, I've got to watch it because I say that I don't want to get into politics and all that. I don't mean me getting into fucking politics, like stand for election. I mean talk about it. I used to talk about it quite a lot, the referendum and everything, but it kind of polarises and all that sort of thing. And I'm on a mission right now to gain followers on Twitter. On a mission. See if I feel that I'm going on about something too much on Twitter in that sort of way where people start unfollowing me because I've went on too much, I stopped doing it. And I'm all interested right now in posting my old fucking vines. That's all I'm interested in, just to get the followers up in time for my book coming out. Because I did go back, remember that I did go back to a marketing background. Remember I used to be a Flash developer, then I had my web company and we used to do like viral marketing and all that. So I'm very, very aware of building a brand and promoting that brand online. This is the way I used to talk in client meetings when a client would come over. I would talk normally. Client would come here, and I would say, we're looking, you're probably looking for a solution, is that right? You're looking for a solution to your marketing problem. We don't use the word problem here in the agency. We use the term adventure and exploration. So we're going to solve your adventure and exploration. Listen, can you give me and my colleague just a little minute here till we work this one out? We want to give this a great the time it deserves. If we can just leave, and then you'd sort of run out of paddle. And then you'd sort of run out of paddle at that point, and kind of get embarrassed and all that, and you know your face would go red and your eyes would water because you just on a webcam found your paddle fucking run out live on air. It happens. It's called running out of paddle, right? You wouldn't know, because you don't get up and running with the paddle to run out. How can you run out of something you don't have? This is a bottle of alcohol-free. Right, where were we? Pernicious says, you reading books now? Well, I've just... Oh, bastard! I wish I had the fucking book. They're downstairs. Ach, I'm not going to bother. If you follow us on Twitter or Facebook, which you probably do, because that's why you're here, because I posted a link there, then you would have seen that I've got a book coming out, my very first book, called Daft Wee Stories, and it's at the end of July. And I liked it. I liked writing that book, and I want to keep writing. I don't want that just being alright. I've done writing a book, and now that I'm going to leave it and try and do something else, I want to fucking write a novel or write longer stories, short stories or something like that. And I was reading this thing, I was reading a wee bit on writing by Stephen King, and what was it? It's kind of part autobiography and part how he writes and advice and things like that, because I thought, if I'm going to get into this, if I'm going to get right into this, then I want to read what an expert, what they do, just to fucking get inspired and all that shit. And he said, one of the most important things if you want to be a writer is you've got to read a lot and write a lot. Like, you really got to read a lot, read lots of books in order to kind of see what you like and what you don't like, how it's done well, how it's not done well, and things like that. But the problem is, I'm not much of a reader. I don't like reading that much. Don't like it. It takes fucking ages. But I did read books. There's some books I read recently that I liked. There's one called The Sisters Brothers, which is this kind of western type of thing. That was good. I read A Sense of an Ending, I think it's called. I went to like the Booker Prize, like shortlists and winners, and just had a look at them and see what I liked them, and that's it. But it just takes so fucking long, man. It takes so long. So, Daft Wee Stories. It's Daft Wee Stories. Lots of stories in it. About 70 stories. About 70,000 words. So, average about 1,000 words. So, really short ones and longer ones for For people like me, busy people, if you're a busy, I mean, who's got the time these days to actually sit down and read a fucking book? That's where my book comes into play for you. For people like us, me and you're the same, you know. Other books, I don't know what's going on there. We've got the time. We've not got the time. But Daft Wee Stories, it'll be perfect for you. And it'll be out at the end of July, just in time for your holidays. Or just in time for... it's a perfect year-round present for yourself and friends and family. But forget about the sales pitch. I'm here to talk to you about other things. What else? There will be an audio book, and I'll be reading it. You know, I had to... how many pages, says Bojaws. See, I don't get that pages thing. See, because I've been reading about how to write books and the best way to go about it and plotting and things like that. I've been looking up things like page counts and how much fucking stuff do you have to write to do a book. And I know you get cunts that say, you shouldn't think about that, just write. And just write. It'll be as long as it's long. It'll be as long as it is. But I think it's good to go like, right, I'm going to do about 40,000 words. It'll be a short thing. Or 80,000, or this is going to be a big one. And I was looking up things, and they would talk about page counts. You see, if you look in Amazon, it says like number of pages, but there isn't a set fucking amount of words to a page. It's not like it's always like 250 words to a page. It changes. So what's the point in fucking telling me how many pages it is? What's the point? It's like it's like a fucking recipe. Like, you know how you get an American, if you're a baker like me, you'll know that you get like cups. They do things in cups. In America, 1 cup, 2 cups, 1 cup of flour, 2 cups of sugar, and things like that. But they don't just mean pick up any size of cup. There's an actual kind of size for this cup. I don't know what it is exactly. But imagine it wasn't a set size. Imagine people would say, put in 2 cups of flour, but it could be any cup. Any size of cup. That's kind of what that fucking page count thing's like. Did you know, I went on to fucking Amazon and I looked up one book and it said it had, for example, just daft numbers I'm using here, right? It isn't the real numbers. 100 pages. There isn't any book with 100 pages that I've seen, right? But just imagine it said 100 pages and it was 10,000 words, right? Imagine this is what happened. I looked up a site that told you the word count of certain books, and there was like one book that was imagine 10,000 words, right? It wasn't, but just imagine 10,000 words. And I looked in Amazon and it said 100 pages. Doesn't tell you the word count on Amazon, but it said 100 pages. So 100 pages, 10,000 words, that's 100 pages, 100 words per page. So you get it in your head, alright, so a page is 100 words, right? But then I looked at another book on this list that gave you the word counts for famous books. And imagine this next one was 20,000 words. Then I went to Amazon to check that book out. What do you think it would be? 200 pages you would think it would be? No, it was something like 230 pages or like 180 pages. What's the fucking point in... What is the point in that? What size font though? It doesn't matter, Connie. You're fucking time waster with your mic's not working. What size font though? Obviously fucking... I know there are factors that change your page count. But what's the point? What does it mean? Oh good, is that how many pages it is? That means it'll take me that long to read it. No, it doesn't, because the font might be bigger or weird, or the spacing might be different. Put it down to words. Just say how many words it is. How many words? So simple. So simple. Anyway, where was I? Aye. So, when I wrote, before I started writing Daft Wee Stories, my book that's at the end of July, and I hope you buy it. I'll be doing readings in Glasgow. Oh, listen, I'll be doing readings for Daft Wee Stories. I think you call it readings, or a reading. A book tour. I'll be in Glasgow. Edinburgh Book Festival, but I'll be in Glasgow for 3 nights. Newcastle, Aberdeen, Newcastle, Manchester, London. So if you're near there, I'll be doing it at the end of July, beginning of August. So I'll let you know on Twitter and Facebook, and I hope you come. I can imagine people go, I'll go and see Limmy. That's something to do on a whatever night, a Wednesday night or a Saturday night. A book thing, you might think, that's not really my thing, I don't think I'll bother. But I've not been to anything like that before, and I've not... Don't worry, see, I don't know why I'm begging right now, because I will be begging closer to time. But I hope you come and we'll see how it goes. But anyway, see, before I... Yoga, I should fucking do one in yoga. Jack Jordan asks, how tall are you, Limmy? I'm 5'9", I think. I used to think I was 5'10". Then I got measured for something and they said, no, you're like a few years ago. Oh, so you're 5'9", and no, I'm 5'10". No, you're 5'9", just measured you. Well, I couldn't have been sitting up properly. Couldn't be not sitting up, fucking standing up, wasn't sitting down. See, before I started writing Daft Wee Stories, I thought, right, what should I do in terms of writing? Should I write like Irvin Welsh in terms of like phonetically? You know, like James Kelman, kind of the way I type on Twitter. In other words, should I fucking type? Should I write it the way I talk? Like I was saying this to somebody at the book publishers, things like you know, I say like horns instead of hands, and understand instead of understand, and geese that instead of give me that, or give us that, like things like that. But I didn't want to get right fucking into all that. I didn't want to get to understand horns, no AH. I wouldn't say, you know, if I'm typing, I wouldn't say. I read that as I wouldn't say, and I don't want to get any fucking AH for wouldn't instead of wouldn't say. It's just that. And do that all the way fucking through the book, because I'm not doing it in character or anything like that, you know, it's just like stories. I thought, do I do that or do I know? If I do that, you get that wee while where it's a wee bit hard to fucking read and it's a pain in the arse for me to write. I thought, write it normally. Like, I know you could say, well, what's normal? But you know what I mean, right? Kind of general fucking English. But then, as I'm reading it, at a reading, or if I was to read it out, I can read that in my normal voice and it will still work. Like if it says in the book, going to the park, when I read that I say, gone to the park. If it says in the book, I wouldn't say that. If I'm reading it, I'd say I wouldn't say that. And so I wrote it on kind of normal English. I feel like the random person says, do you support SNP? Brian, we're talking about the book just now, thanks. What was I talking about? Aye, so the audiobook is getting. I'm recording it next month. Right, I'll tell you what. Right here, Elliot Kears. That's you banned, right? And I'm sorry about that, but that's you banned. So obviously when I get up in front of people, when I read that out, I'm going to read it in my voice. Fucking start reading it like in proper English, right? It's just, I don't care if anybody can understand me, because I know they can, right? That's not it. But I thought for the audiobook, can we seriously have me read that book and put on it English? Like, imagine some fucking American wants to buy, has heard about this book, Daffy Stories, and wants to buy the audiobook, because imagine a fucking, like, not just somebody just wants to listen to the audiobook, but it's actually like fucking visually impaired or something like that, right? And they want to hear it. And then they fucking hear me fucking understand Hans, he went like that, he went up there and couldn't fucking, like that. They'd be wanting their money back, because they wouldn't be able to understand what I'm saying. Even though what I said, they wouldn't be able to understand what I'm saying. That's actually alright, but things like that. So I said to the book lot publishers, I said, I'm planning on reading this out the way I speak, because I had this fucking terrible feeling that they would say, no, Brian, if you have written the word wouldn't, for example, you've got to say wouldn't. You can't just say wouldn't. That's you reading for another fucking book. They're the words you fucking wrote. You're reading them, or we're getting somebody else. We're getting an English person. We're getting a proper person to do it. Imagine me having to fucking read that out. He didn't want to walk down the street. That wouldn't be the right thing to do. Can you imagine me having, instead of saying that wouldn't be the right thing to do, me having to say that wouldn't be the right thing to do? Fuck that, man. It sounds like fucking Falconhoof. That wouldn't be the right thing to do. That wouldn't be the right thing to do. But I sent an email off. I said, will this be a problem? Is it alright for me? I mean, you read it the way I read it, and we put like Scots English written in his own, spoken in his own accent, dialect, Glaswegian, or that part. They went, oh aye, of course aye. Thank fuck for that, man. Thank fuck for that. Doug Kay says you would lose credibility with the people that actually matter. I wouldn't be able to do it. I'd be practically fucking translating it. So, in conclusion and summary, the audiobook will be read by myself in my native tongue. And when I do the readings there and all, obviously. I used to know a guy who drank this. It was not with him. He just drank like that. Book tour, that's right, Maya Blake. Book tour end of July, beginning of August. Well, get an alternative English guest person, but a version. See, I wanted to... another of the reasons why I wanted to write it in normal, easily understandable English. Funny that, isn't it, how I say understand instead of understand, but when it comes to the word understandable, I don't say understandable. Understandable. It's not very understandable. It's not very understandable. You change it, then you sort of change it for that. It's nobody can understand it. It isn't understandable. It isn't understandable. It's understandable. Well, come on. Under the circumstances, it is quite understandable. 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 That's funny. That's funny. I see another fucking reason. Is because, see with my telly stuff, Limmy show or any potential stuff, anything that I want to do, like a fucking sitcom or something like that. As you can see, I've not had a fucking sitcom yet. Was it no years ago that I said I wanted to make a sitcom? Where is it, you know what I mean? Where is the sitcom? As I've had said to me, I only say who said it, but I've had said to me by a telly person, I won't say who or in what position or what channel or anything like that, but I've had said to me, I hope you don't mind me saying, this is me trying to do an English accent, but how do you feel about your accent? Because there are, I understand what you're saying perfectly, but there's some people here who have seen the DVD and some of the jokes go over the head because they can't understand just some of the words. How do you feel about changing that? Have you? Sorry, that's a terrible accent, but that's actually been said to me. That's actually been said to me, and I was diplomatic about it and everything. I says, well, if that's the case, then that's that. If there are people who don't understand it, that's if I'm not understandable, then that's that. And I could look at like maybe saying that actually said I could look at like saying different things, no speaking properly, but using alternatives that are easier to understand than that I said. I mean, but and I wanted to get into a rant about, well, the reason why they don't fucking understand it is because they don't fucking hear it, because cunts like me don't get on the fucking telly, because cunts like you don't fucking let me. I mean, I can understand fucking Cockney, alright. I can understand fucking Liverpudlian, fucking come Ed, and fucking fucking Australian fair dinkum and all that. I can understand all that, carry on, because I've heard it and I get it in my head. But you want to give me a fucking shot at the title. Fuck, Neil had a snorted bubble there, man. So I won't say who said that, what the channel or production company or anything like that. I won't say anything like that. But the funny thing is, there are people who I wouldn't have thought in a million years would be able to understand what I'm fucking saying, yet they can. You just get it into your head. They can't understand it because you've heard it for that long, and like, you know that video I did, a wee video for the lassies for Valentine's Day? I thought, like, fucking nae cunt. Fucking nae cunt would fucking understand that, and fucking... She comes back fucking ill and there he's buried up to his fucking neck in the back garden, eh? I thought, cunts for fucking Scotland, Central Belt are going to be like, what the fuck? But no, it's fine. But what I'm saying about the book is, I thought, I've got this experience in my accent. No, not so much my accent, my dialect. It's not just because I've got a fucking Scottish accent. Like, Alan Cumming has got a Scottish accent. Craig Ferguson's got a Scottish accent, but they don't speak using like a Glaswegian dialect when they're in America or whatever. They still got a Scottish accent, but they don't use slang and things like that, which kind of comes, like the dialect that comes in that. They don't say understone, for example. So I thought, right, when you write this book, there's nothing I can do about that. Like, if I was to go and imagine act or do something, I'd be like fucking Sean Connery. I don't think I'd be able to get around this fucking dialect. It'd be really hard for me to speak in a different way. So I always feel that no matter what I do, I can't do anything else. I don't want to do anything else other than this fucking accent and this dialect and the way I speak. But there's cunts for other places, like say down south, and they don't have that fucking obstacle. They don't have that obstacle. I'm not for a fucking second saying, the reason why Limmy's show wasn't shown here or there or anything else is because of the accent or dialect, but it's just, it has popped up, and I do think about what it must be like to be normal, what it must be like to be a normal cunt. It's like Americans, that you know how Americans sing in their accent, you know how Americans in effect sing like the fucking Proclaimers. Americans just sing speaking, whereas people for here put on an American accent. That's like they're like being like the Proclaimers. They're not having to change a thing, and in order to sound kind of normal, people here have to kind of sound like they're fair there, unless you want to do some kind of what's his name? Is a ginger cunt. And of all these things I've done, and of all, what's his name? And of all these, it's a ginger cunt. It's a ginger cunt. And of all these, aye. What's his name? Ed Sheeran, aye, right. Aye, so there's that. So I thought, right here, with writing this book, I've got a fucking choice. Either I can, the accent doesn't come into it, the dialect doesn't come into it here. Unless I plan on reading this out at some point, which I do. So write it in such a way that pretty much every cunt can fucking read it. Any cunt that reads English can read this book. But when you actually go to read it out, you don't stumble over the words, because they are the words that you say. You translate it as you go along. Like, read it out, in your dialect, but so that that doesn't get in the way anymore. So fucking for the first time, for the first time in my life, I've actually been able to get understood. But it's funny, there's certain things like there's certain like phrases that I couldn't put in proper English, a proper English form. Like imagine like gone in all day that. Imagine gone in all day that. I couldn't type that in a normal English alternative and then read it out as gone in all day that. I couldn't put. I didn't do like, could you not do that? I wouldn't type could you not do that, and then as I'm reading it say gone in all day that. That's not how I did it. So just when they say things like gone in all day that. Anyway, going to not do that. See, it doesn't work, doesn't it? No, doesn't work. So, see how it goes down. It's not out for fucking 3.5 fucking months. What is it? January, February, March, April. End of April, May, June, July. 3 and a bit months. 3 and a bit months. So that's that. Paul McGowan says, Limmy, how's the bike? I want to get a right fucking good bike. Right now I've got a hybrid, which, in case you don't know, is well, Scotty boy, if you're getting fucking bored here you cunt. Go and get bored for life. You're in or you're out. You take the rough with the fucking smooth, the boredom with the exciting part. I'm going to get I want to get a right good bike. A road bike. It's a funny thing, that, a road bike. I like to call it a racer. That's what I used to call it when I was growing up. A racer. A road bike, what's that mean? My bike's a road bike. A mountain bike is a road bike. You go on the road with it, don't you? But, see, this summer, I want to do my first century. A century, as far as I read, is cycling 100 miles in 12 hours. That's me like it, Stephen Campbell. Stephen Campbell says, this is awesome. That's me like it. 100 mile in 12 hours. That's what I want to do. Do that myself. Have the bag on the back, crank fucking bike. None of that lycra shit. I've thought about it. I can't do it. I can't do it. Just a pair of fucking denims. Pair of denims for me. Cornicky says, means you can speed away for your fans. Now, that in itself isn't a problem, what he just said there, but see, because he's been kind of chipping away with comments, that's him banned for life now. I've already talked about that guy who framed me, who set me up. I spoke about him before. I don't want to speak about him again, because he made my life not worth living. Somebody said, why am I drinking alcohol-free beer if I don't drink? What's the point? Because I like it. I like the taste of beer. I like the taste of beer. I like it. The funny thing is, see, and I only started drinking alcohol-free beer like a few months ago. Never drank alcohol-free beer since I stopped drinking. That was like 10 years ago. And I thought, I'll get it. And I drank it, and it's just exactly how I remember it. It doesn't taste like some watered-down beer for how I remember it. It tastes exactly the same. This tastes like Beck's. Beck's, that what they do is they kind of boil it in a way, just lower than boiling temperature for water. So like about 70 or something. And that evaporates the alcohol, but leaves everything else there, so everything else is the same. But there's a few beers that taste like Hoegaarden, and these kind of wheat beers that I used to love. It's fucking magic. See, when I first started drinking alcohol-free beers, after having no drink for so long, the smile I had on my face, man, fucking cheeser. Because my mind's so connected to that, it's brilliant. But now the novelty has worn off, and I'm just drinking this now. Erdinger's really nice. Erdinger, and there's a few other ones, but I really like it. But What else can I talk about, mate? I might fuck off now. I might fuck off and play Counter-Strike. Beck's doesn't have a wheaty taste. No, it's not a wheat beer, I don't think. I mean, I don't think it's got any wheat in it. Ingredients: water, malted barley, hops and yeast. No wheat beer. No wheat. Furnicious says, not afraid you'll be tempted back onto the hard stuff. No. Anything else about it, I can talk of it. Let's see, what else have I been up to? I'll see if I've got anything interesting to tell you. I don't really get up to much. I don't really get up to anything interesting, as you know. I just like, you know, playing pool with the lads in the pool hall. No, I don't. Who am I voting for? SNP or Green? SNP or Green, don't know. I'll flip a coin. Some people have been going like that. No. If you're thinking of voting, kind of Green or SNP, if you're that type of person, then people are saying, no, don't vote Green. Don't vote Green for the in the general election. Wasted vote. Scottish Parliament, aye, but I just think, well, but what if I want to? What if I want to? Just for the numbers, just so the Green Party can go like that. Here's what we got. So you see, it's rising. The number of people voting Green is rising. So even though fucking no chance of them getting in my bit, or not a lot of places anyway, it does some fucking, if you're sharing my kind of politics, then I think it does some kind of good, sort of does a wee thing. David Campbell says, tell us about Thump's article about you being the best bedroom producer. Were you chuffed at their words? It's funny because I was reading it thinking, right, this is a piss take. And then I thought, they're actually fucking serious. And I kind of tongue-in-cheek. Why? Like, they do like some of the things I've been doing. But generally, it's sort of tongue-in-cheek. Like, of course he's no fucking best. But it's funny that Linkin Park one I did went down kind of well. It's funny. It's a fucking joke. I did want to make something that kind of sounded good and interesting and all that, but me singing that way, that's so hard. It's a joke. I don't sing like that. It's just a wee joke. But there's some people who actually like it. How's about that, Anna? How's about that? It's good just making wee things up and then people go, that's actually, you're probably just joking there. Limmy, can I call you Brian? You're probably just joking there, but that was actually quite a good EDM version of Linkin Park. It's a kind of new take. I used to go to the cat house myself. Limmy, had some crazy nights in the cat house listening to Linkin Park, and that's a fresh take in it, and I appreciate it. Listen, I have to go, Limmy, but yeah, we should catch up sometime, have a coffee, but I have to go. Right. I think I actually will go on the back of the character there, kind of saying, will go, I actually will go. Michael Sheridan says, what happened to all your da tweets? Well, I do a bit of this and I do a bit of that. You get into something and you get into something else, don't you? Ask your da. Jolly good. Jolly good. Classic Glaswegian banter. Glaswegians, Who's like us, Who's like us? Only in Glasgow. Only in Glasgow. Only in Glasgow. Only in Glasgow? Aye, only in Glasgow. Yeah. Only in Glasgow would something like that happen. Nowhere else. 'Cause we're so fucking special, aren't we? Everybody loves us. Glasgow. Oh, Glasgow. Or that poverty, you know, gives a place character, you know, or that poverty and people fucking starving and all that, gives it character, man. Good old Glasgow. Right, what echo? Is there a fucking echo? This cunt, I bet there is. I'm just banning right away. Fuck it, ban right away, man. I'm waiting for you to go, aye, there's a, what? There is an echo. He's gone. Right, that's 10:30, so I've been on for an hour. I think that's it. Josh Jeffrey, would you let your son taste the non-alcoholic beer? No. How no? Just no. Let's no fucking think about it. No. I don't let my son have anything fizzy anyway. It's bad for you. Fizzy stuff is bad for you. Right, well, right, I'm going to fuck off now. Thanks for watching the webcam. It's good just coming on and yapping away for a bit. And oh God, I heard something all day. What was it? You hear this a lot. Somebody says something, right? Somebody says something. It's a conversation. And they've been asked something, and they end it with so yeah, no. Like they go so yeah, and then they kind of summarise what they've just said in a sentence. So do you think that? So did you ever have any? So is it quite easy travelling around Thailand? When we went there, it was something. It was you know, there's a few, but you know, it was good. And you can ask people, and you can do so yeah, it's it's safe to travel around that. I heard that the other day quite a bit. These two people are saying it. Each one of them ended with so yeah, it's Vigilante says banned the guy because he could hear an echo. Bit harsh. LOL. It isn't harsh at all. It's nothing. Guy comes on here, somebody's webcam, says there's an echo when there isn't. Don't want him back. I'm not banning him for life. I'm not putting him in the fucking guillotine. Guy needs to get his ears checked. If anything, I've helped that guy get his fucking ears checked. You know how Johnny... You know how we've been telling Johnny to get his ears checked? You know how he nearly got knocked in that time because the motor was coming beeping the fucking horn and he didn't look? You know how he just wouldn't get his ears checked? Now you won't believe what's made him get his ears checked. No, that cunt Limmy. Him. On that. Right. I'm offski. Never can say goodbye. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'll see you next time, which I hope won't be too long. See you later. All the very best. Bye for now.